Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good, I hope. I hope you're doing wonderful on this freezing evening in London. Anyway, today I'm back with another Amouage review. I did plan to do Mon Paris, but I did smell it and I thought, I'm not really inspired, so sorry about that. Bo's in the room today, guys. Bo's in the room. It's quiet 5 seconds ago. So today I'm reviewing Opus 3. It's part of the library collection. It's an Oriental floral and it came out in 2010. There are 10 of them in total. I have smelled all of them. I've also reviewed 1 and 9, 9 being my favourite of the bunch so far. And this one seems to me to be a big departure from Amouage in general. The only other Amouage that I thought kind of similar thoughts about was when I smelled Amouage Sunshine. That smelled quite different to their overall theme, but this one is very beautiful. So I'll read you the notes, but I will say that for the first time in an Amouage review or smelling an Amouage fragrance, this one, although there are a lot of notes, with Amouage you can normally feel a lot of them as well. You know, if it's animalic in your face. If it's spicy, it's 20 spices. This one to me, although there is a lot of notes, it feels quite simplistic and stripped back and elegant. So I'll read you the notes anyway and see what you think. So the top notes are mimosa, broom, carnation, nutmeg and thyme. The heart notes are violet, ylang ylang, orange blossom and jasmine. And the base notes are quite a lot. Ambrette, musk, papyrus, cedarwood, sandalwood, guaiac wood, benzoin, vanilla and frankincense. They do love a heavy base, even though it doesn't smell like that. So let me just spray it on and tell you what it smells like. So, let me spray it on my arm here. It's very pretty, this one. So, the way this smells is, the first thing I want to tell you about the way it smells is, this is one for violet lovers. The standout note in this fragrance is violets. It's kind of what everything is based around. And it was just quite surprising when I first smelled it because Opus 1 was this huge ylang ylang, cardamom, spicy, really strong fragrance which I adore. Opus 2 was a complete flip where it was an aromatic fougere, a very masculine smelling fragrance, and then in floats Opus 3, a delicate natured beast. I feel like I found a bit of serenity amongst a world of thunderous Amouage fragrances. This is the most peaceful, calming, simplistic fragrance I've smelled from them, and it took me by surprise. Violet is very strong in here, so the way the violet smells in here to me is very delicate, very light, powdery also without being, you know, baby powderish, and it almost smells like it might have iris in there as well, or the violet in here is kind of teetering on the edge of iris territory because it does have that slightly papery, vintagey, slightly makeup feel, but it's only, everything in this is done with kind of a touch. Nothing in here is whack, apart from the violet, which is still not, we're not talking Guerlain Insolence violet here, like syrupy, ramped up to 1,000 violets. This is very, very delicate, very calm, almost melancholic sort of violets here. And it's absolutely beautiful, I think. It's just a surprise from this brand. They can do soft, they can do quiet, they can do calm. So it's not all about violets, like I said. There is in here mimosa as well, is quite strong, and what it's doing is it's lending a very slight touch of something animalic underneath, and the spices also are very understated. Like I said, everything is done with just a touch, just a spoonful of sugar. So there's enough character to keep it from being a violet soliflor or just being a run-of-the-mill violet fragrance. I think it's just surprising. I'm so used to the stronger stuff, so it's lovely to see how they do something like this that's in a total different vein to their usual brash and bold fragrances. It's like when they blended this, they blended it with very careful hands and very delicate fingers. So like I said, a lot of the notes get lost, unfortunately. Carnation, nutmeg, I don't really smell anything really super woody like that. There is the background has something that's a bit dry, and then the forefront of these violets is almost fresh, powdery and semi-sweet violets. The vanilla you can smell, but it doesn't smell of vanilla. I say that quite a lot in my reviews. The vanilla is just adding, again, a touch of sweetness to this and a touch of smoothness. but really it's kind of multi-layered violets, something slightly animalic and spicy behind, and then very, very soft woods and a touch of vanilla in the base. Tons of stuff goes missing, but you know they're in here. I'd go so far as to call this a violet for violet haters. If violet isn't really your note, I think this would be just maybe a foray into violet. It's the least aggressive oriental I've ever smelled. I can safely say that for sure. I personally don't get a super amount of morphage, or it doesn't really morph too much. It's not a chameleon, which again is also very unusual for Amouage because they are all over the place. You get all kinds of different stuff at all different times. They really have done something quite beautiful here, and serene is the only word I can use to describe it. It's quite reflective and almost sombre in the way it smells, in a really beautiful way. Because of the nature of the fragrance, it's not a super monster, it doesn't project very far, but it does stick around for a long time. When it's really, really dry, the violets obviously back off a bit and the woods come forward a little bit more, but again, I don't really feel a super massive change. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about it. It's probably medium wear length as well, I would say, for an Amouage, which is unusual. I think it's probably about 6 hours on me before it gets to that slightly more woody, slightly less violety stage. But it's definitely a pleasure to wear, and I can imagine this in spring just being so lovely. I'm wearing it in winter. Bit weird, but you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. Anyway guys, that's the end of my review. If you'd like to get this fragrance, you can get it over at latino.co.uk and .com. I will post direct links below. I hope you like this review. I'm Ouch from Mono. Click my logo down there to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon for another review. Goodbye.